And we are back. And we're going to bed. It's late. I should get some rest soon. Alright. Go to sleep. We already went around. I didn't go and see... Yeah, because I can't go inside the abbey or behind it or anything. I didn't go to the farms, like the further out farms. And I didn't go over to that little area with the little rapids or waterfall or whatever. But I think we're pretty good to go to sleep. Nice shoes. I think you can like turn them into boots. That was only a few hours, right? Oh shit. Dad? Oh fuck, they're killing him now? Magdalene. Dad, come on, run, Magdalene. I'm coming. Oh shit. Dad. Magdalene. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding. Someone came into the house. Give me more information. Give me data. They hit me over the head. With what? I'll go get Dr. Stoltz. Try not to move, Dad. Magdalene, it's not safe. Whoever attacked me. This wound is too deep for me to take care of my own. We need Dr. Stoltz. I can't carry you across town, Dad. I won't be long. Yeah, we're gonna need Dr. Stoltz. Be careful, Magdalene. I will. I'll be right back, I promise. Alright, so before shit goes down, just a brief stop here. The agenda. He's trying to get the mural up. He's trying to portray violence, in a sense. He's trying to portray the history of the town. The rat house is already up. I'm sort of unsure of what the actual, well, of course, what the actual plan is, but I'm unsure of what the motive is to stop him, because he's like a solo voice in a sense as well. And it's always possible also that when there's like a string of murders, then someone does, you know, a fifth murder, in this case a third murder, sort of in chain with the first ones to make it seem like it was the other ones, but we'll figure it out maybe. He lived. Do you know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus? No, maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. I think it has more to do with the mural. Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press? Come on, Jorg, you saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something. For the plans, which I had, but I don't know where I put them. A burglar in Tassing? That's preposterous. Well, if it wasn't an attack, what was it? Enough. It was a deliberate blow to the head, unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. Yeah, I think you can sort of figure that out. No. As I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. It's a grave injury. Magdalene, you'll need to help take care of your father. Of course. Whatever I need to do. Good. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed. No, it has to be done. This is too important. Well, you can do it later. Just survive first, Mr. Klaus. Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can't we just wait? Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't even been able to agree on what the mural should be. Indeed, it might be best to abandon the entire idea. So, him and him are trying to abandon the entire idea. So, I'm sort of looking for this agenda here. And he is under suspect. I don't see how he is under suspect in any real way. It's possible, but he definitely is a suspect in this whole thing. With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on this council. Yes, just offering an opinion. So, also, what he said now is that other people are already sort of against that kind of a mural that he's trying to put up. And they don't have to sort of get rid of him, really. But a person who doesn't have a vote and doesn't really know about what's going on, perhaps, might want to get rid of him. I can paint the mural. What? Max, quit joking around. Well, I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? I've been painting since before I could walk. You don't think I'm good enough? I'm old enough to run the print shop by myself, and Dad trusts me to illustrate the books. Isn't that enough? I'm older than Utz, and he's on the town council. He doesn't even do anything. I think this one is because she's already working with illustrations that her dad, used to do. So painting a mural this large and complicated will take a lot of skill and expertise. So that's why we were having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene, not a mural. What is that supposed to mean? Well, are you sure you're up for it physically, I mean? It's quite demanding. You'd be up on scaffolding and could fall. He's really suspect now. What would any of you know about it? Are you not listening to me? I've already been doing this work for years. Alright, I can see where this is going. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I've already been doing this work for years. I know what it takes. Dad know what it takes, do you? So, I think doing both things might not be the best idea, but there's, folks in town that can if she can sleep around the house and make sure that her dad is fine during the nighttime, then she can go do the mural, then some of the women of the town can do whatever they want, or whatever they have to do anyways in the house, and do it over here, I think. You can make things work. I can do it, Daddy. If you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, to hell with the lot of you. Klaus, you can't say things like that. If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again. Yeah, alright. Let's say we'll let her. So anybody who says that whatever is probably not behind this attack, unless they really want to make her the artist here, but it was her idea, I think. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Very well. He's good. Alright, Magdalene, you can do it. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, alright? Of course. Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, Jorg. Magdalene, just a moment. Yeah? I didn't want to say this in front of your father or the others. Your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading. I know the injury is severe, Werner. I saw the blood. Magdalene, there is damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left. Oh, fuck. But he's not going to survive. Can we take him to see a surgeon somewhere? No, he can't be moved in this condition. In fact, he shouldn't move at all. Even if he could, I don't think the finest Italian surgeons would know how to deal with trauma like this. Oh, shit. I can help with palliative care, but time will run out before long. It's good that we have a doctor in town. I'm sorry, Magdalene. Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. But I don't know how much time he has left. Werner said it could be a few months or... God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of Tassing from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest part of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the Abbey and Tassing's saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history, depicting the revolt as important to Dad. People in Tassing might know some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Cursaw had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information. I should write to her now while I'm thinking about it. Right, so just to think about the attack a little bit. Just to think that, because I'm in danger now, pretty clearly, if the motivation is something else, then fine, but probably it's not, so probably I'm in danger because I'm going to finish the mural, so I really need to figure out what's going on. It says that I should write to her now. And yeah, I can't leave the house. I'll just go to the upper deck to see what's going on up here. I doubt there's nothing or nobody here, but Magdalene? Hey Dad, how are you feeling? Can I get anything for you? No, I'm fine. You go on. Alright, I'll come back and check on you later. So, I don't think he is in danger anymore because he's not really going to do much. Killing him is not going to change much. And I can't leave, so I will write. Where to begin? Dad told me the last prioress at Cursaw knew something about the old history of Tassing. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Boulogne, Mother Illuminata, at Santa Margherita. I should write to her. A small town in the Republic of Genoa along the coast of the Ligurian Sea. So it's like northwest Italy. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margherita, formerly prioress of Cursaw Abbey. Librarian. Yeah, keep it short. Whoops. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I do not believe we ever met, as I was very young when you left Cursaw. You were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I'm writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing Rathaus. It's going to tell the history of our community and of Cursaw as well. We have only legends and folklore, since of course all of Cursaw's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear of it. We would appreciate any help you could give us, and we hope you are well. My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the sisters after the fire. My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the library, your piety and intellect. If you would not mind a personal question, was it hard to return to Italy after being here for so many years? This is sort of out of context in a sense. Try to think of a sort of the reason for pulling this string in a sense, where maybe just to give it a personal tint of a tint of personality. Is that a way to say it? I don't know. But anyways, but I think this is good. Like, took care of everything. I mean, I could just write all of them. And God bless you. Thank you again. Is already, it's sort of, it gives it gives the letter a sort of feeling of urgency in a sense, or necessity. But I'll just say God bless you, Magdalene. If I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow. Go to sleep. I should head to bed and get as much rest as I can. Like, this is the... God damn it. It's like right, well, I can't go outside, so fine. Right. Thinking, but I'm not getting anywhere. Oh, and I maybe should have gone and checked on the dad before, but I already did before the letter, so... Oh, really skipping now. It's been a couple of weeks. Oh, Mr. Struckeren, I have a few letters here addressed to you. Take care now. Bye-bye then. Thank you, kind sir. Didn't get time just to read. Mother Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her response helps me paint the mural. Now, what am I expecting? I don't know, really. I would imagine she just wants to leave shit behind. She's not maybe interested in the past that much. Although the books and everything, so maybe, you know, getting that started again might be nice. Mistress Druckeren, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. Whoops. I remember you both that your father would carry you between the rows of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discussed Tassing's past, it's likely they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tilman Kreutzer, read about the history of the town. I remember someone reading about it too. I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned, or perhaps they have that book, which I think I mentioned. I believe that all the rumors in the book are from the Lady in the Hole, the Lady of the Labyrinth. I should also say that it's not true that all of Kursaw's books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas Mahler managed to save some from the flames, God rest his soul. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, this topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Kursaw, the murder of Baron Rothvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia Tassiae, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I had forgotten about it until now because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of Historia Tassiae shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Lucky Steinauer took it from the Baron after the murder. Though given the stonemason's motive, it seems unlikely. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Miklaus Haberli, the Baron's manservant, believed it may have been stolen by the town thief Martin Bauer. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing. If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up. As for the history of the Abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. Appointed official in a monastery responsible for maintaining the sacristy, where vestments and objects used in ceremonies are kept. The sacristan is also often the treasurer. So, remembering from the last thing, the room was looted. So, we'll see. I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion. Where's this? Once a free imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, Sion became the capital of Valais, where the canton joined the Swiss Confederacy following the Swabian War of 1499. So it's in the mountains, the Alps, I guess. He is no longer a Benedictine, but uses his family name. Faucigny Saw. If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before snow covers the Valais, a canton in the Swiss Alps. Valais became an associate member of the Swiss Confederation in 1529. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the Abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will towards anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margherita. And Esther. So she is the girl that was born, I think, here. My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell him they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Elisha has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. Lapis. She set him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance. And if you do take over the shop in Tassing, you'll have to make visits to Prague for supplies. Who knows, maybe you'll meet someone here. Though from the way you talk, it seems like you're a bit preoccupied with suitors in Tassing. I made a good match, too. Before the expulsion, there was a handsome man at synagogue, Simon, who caught my eye. His father is a merchant, and he's a doctor. He went to the University of Padua. Can you believe it? So the expulsion of the Jews, I think it was like a regional thing. I can't remember where or everyone who did it, but I think it happened at least in Russia, but I think that was later, and then Spain probably, I don't remember. I'd quite like to marry him if I can find him again. Anyway, I think you'd have even better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see when it's finished. Blessings, Esther. I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. So he's still in bed, still alive, but how are you feeling? Oh, Magdalene. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Are you sure? I can bring something light, like milk or broth. No, I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to? I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans. I don't remember Black Till. Mother Illuminata, Magdalene. Oh, right, he corrected me. I can't remember what I said. Right, yes, Mother Illuminata. Young Kreutzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruin out in the fields. You might ask him about that. Il Peter always harumphed about how no one paid attention to the old ways anymore. So Il Peter, we haven't actually clicked Il Peter ever. Weird. Or maybe it's her. I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell about old Tassing. You might talk to him. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Thanks, Dad. Of course, Magda. It's nice to see. It's nice to feel useful, even if I am stuck here in bed. Nonsense. I'm just glad you're awake. You might talk to Smokey too. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip. And he's always been kind to me when I chat with him. I'm certain he'll know something about the ruins. You may hear something worth your while, at any rate. I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine and the Roman ruins are the oldest part of Tassing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind. Ah, you take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. You always said that's what good artists do, Dad. Be careful, all right? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why Jorg doesn't keep them in line. Always making trouble, those two. At least Artemis actually knows how to read. I don't think Apollo can even spell his name. I'll check these. So they're the I guess, are they children of Big Yorg? That's what happens when you name your kids after pagan gods instead of saints, I guess. Yeah, I'll be careful. Good. I still need you to run the press for a little longer after all. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, alright? We still have a household to run. Don't worry, I'll get everything done. As my girl. I better get going if I want to do all of that today. I'll see you later, Dad. Good luck, Magdalene. The missing book. All kinds of people to talk to. Pagan stories. So I will actually get to all of them because I don't want to miss out anything right now. But I will get to that in the next one because I feel like there's going to be a lot of talking and a lot of things to remember, and it's better to do them in one bunch than take a break in between, because then I probably, because I already forget things, so I don't want to make it worse. I will see you in the next one.